Wolf Called Wander by Rosanne Parry. Narrated by Fraser Readman. Chapter 12. Food. The thought of the man and his lightning stick haunts me as I run. Even the raven's company is little comfort. Dread and bitter memories push me onward. My feet fall into a rhythm, but the memory of the almost wolf won't let me go. I stop. I look back. She could have jumped that fence, could have come when I called her, but she let the man-pup touch her. She lives surrounded by man-smell. Maybe she learned their ways like the bachelor wolves learned the ways of the coyote. I am better off on my own, but I want her company just the same. In worrying over her, I miss my chance at getting a rabbit. My raven scolds me as she swoops circles around my head. I snarl at her even though I know she is right. When you only eat little things, you have to catch something every day. I keep up my pace, but sharpen my eye so I will not miss the next meal. The land is drier now, not a tree in sight, and all I can smell is dust and cow pats. The slack skin over my belly reminds me of how long it has been since I ate deer and elk. Come sundown, my raven finds a roost, but I keep looking for food. Nothing comes by, not raccoons, not foxes, not even mice. I flop down beside the shrub where my raven is roosting and try to ignore my growling stomach. In the morning, I wait for my raven to scout for a meal. She flies in a broad circle and comes back. Nothing to report. She takes off again. I wait. A fat, juicy beetle waddles by right under my nose. I am never going to eat bugs again. I stand up and stretch. I search the sky for my raven. The heat of the day comes up, and I am in the only shade I can see. I stay, and my hunger grows with the rising heat. The only living things I see are geese high overhead, and even they, with all their empty-headed honking, know better than to land here. The shadows grow long before the raven is back. She comes flying low and straight to me. She is glad of something. She circles me twice, lands at my feet, and bobs her head to me. It must be food. Food she can't open if she came all this way back for me. I take off at a run and she leads the way. Hunger nibbles away at my speed. My raven circles back twice for me to catch up. But then, when the sun goes down, she finds a shrub and just puts her head under her wing as if the dark makes a difference. Who cares that the moon is gone? There is starlight, and nothing but dirt and cow pats to worry about here on the flat ground. I growl at my raven. She puffs up her feathers and caws in protest. Fine, I will find the meat she was taking me to on my own. There are no circling vultures in the sky to show where the meat is. My stomach is groaning. I lift up my head and complain to the stars. Nobody answers me. I go back to my raven and lie down under her roost. And even in my dreams, I am hungry. My raven and I are up and running at first light. Dry ground rolls by under my paws. I watch my raven flying ahead, as hungry as me. The pain in my shoulder is gone, and only the pain of hunger drives me on. The ground begins to rise, and above me I can smell the black river before I see it. I woof a warning to the raven, but she has no caution. She circles back and then urges me on. I go more slowly now, listening for men, breathing in the foul air that hangs in a cloud over the black river. But the raven is still urging me on. I follow her along the bank, even as noisemakers whoosh by. There is a dead deer on the shore of the black river. My raven lands on the hide, hopping for joy. It is a full-grown buck with meat enough to feed a pack. The hunger I have felt for days and days, ever since I ran from the mountains, roars up in me, and I am wild with it. I forget my sorrows, my loneliness, everything. I sink my teeth into the hide. I open the belly. There is no one to snatch the best bits out of my mouth. No one to make me watch while they eat all the richest meat. I I take the whole liver and all the heart, feeling stronger with every bite. I strip skin and gulp muscle. Red runs down my chin. My belly fills until my skin is stretched tight. There's still meat left. It smells so good I want to roll in it. I am full and keep eating. The sun goes down and I eat still more. Finally, at last, when my hunger is gone and my fear of hunger gone with it, I look up. Only then do I see my raven eating beside me and hear the noisemakers still rushing by. Only then do I remember that my home is downstream and on the far side of this black river. Only then do I take a good look at the deer I have been eating. It is a full-grown buck with many prongs on its antlers. I always save the bones and their rich, savory centers for last. As I nose among the bones, I see that something is very wrong. Every rib is broken. Not one cracked bone, as happens in a fall. All the bones are shattered, as if a huge boulder fell on the deer. There is no boulder beside the body, and no cliff for one to fall from. This is a blow like nothing I have ever seen. Even the largest bear could not crush a deer like this. Curious now, I paw through the skin, looking for the tooth marks of the creature that killed this deer. If there is some new animal, something bigger and more dangerous than anything I know, I must learn all I can about it. I find no puncture in the usual spot on the neck, nothing in the back of the head like a cougar strike, no bite mark around the lower leg like coyotes make. But in the skin of the belly, there are chips of ice. This ice is warm to the touch and sharper than a bobcat's claw. There are a few more pieces of not ice on the ground and even more on the bank. I have been ignoring the sound and stench of the black river. But now, I watch as a noisemaker goes by. It shakes the ground as it comes. It is so fast it makes a breeze in the still night air. I look at my raven, and back at the trail of not ice. My raven bows her head to me, as if to confirm what I fear. A noisemaker did this. Crushed this deer in mid-gallop, and kept going without stopping to eat or even give a nod of thanks to the life that sustains all who run on 4 paws. Mother was right. There is no understanding men. I shudder at the thought that I ever set a foot on the Black River. I will never cross it again. My mountains are somewhere on the far shore, but I will never go home. I lift my head and call out to my lost family. I know they cannot hear me. Maybe none of them are left. Still, I call to them. I am here. I survived. No one answers. I drop my head, weary with sorrow. The raven leads me away from the Black River. I stumble after her to a cluster of birches and drop to the ground against their pale, smooth trunks. The raven speaks to me in a soft voice, but before I can work out what she has said, I lay down my head and dream of the mountains.